Hi, welcome to week 2 of quarter 2, intermediate algebra. Miss Jarmick here, and we're going to get started on our video because it's kind of a big one. We're going to be talking about one of the most real life topics that we talk about in math this year, which is taxes, tips, and discounts. We've been talking about percents a lot in the last week or so. And so this is where we really see the idea of percents being placed on something that you probably do every day. So let's define a few words that you might have heard before, but you're not exactly sure what they mean. The first word is taxes. And specifically, we're going to be talking about sales taxes. So sales tax is something that the government, usually city government is what we're going to be talking about, decides that they're going to charge you a little extra every time you buy something, and then they put that money into building roads and into, making it so that you can go to school or building stadiums. So taxes are important because it helps the government run and create make our cities places that we can live in. And so taxes are always going to be added to the total. So I'm going to put a little plus sign underneath there just to make sure you remember taxes are adding. Next, we have this idea of tips. So tips are something that you choose to pay extra because you really appreciate the person or you really appreciate the service that you're getting. Most commonly, people would tip at a restaurant. So these days, maybe you would get a delivery, right? You deliver a pizza, get somebody to deliver a pizza to you, and you would choose how much extra money you want to give that person because you really appreciate the service and you know that they're not making a lot of money. And also some people like to tip so that they get faster service, they get better service, they might get a little extra food or something like that. So tips are just a way to show your appreciation for somebody who's providing a service. Again, that's going to be extra money that you choose to pay. So you're going to add tips onto the total of whatever you bought. And then finally, there's the idea of discounts. So discounts are something that you get, and you see them all the time when you go into Target or the grocery store, really anywhere, even online stores. And that is something that you get off of the total price. So for example, if you got 30% off of something, you would take 30% of the price and you would subtract it from the total. So a discount is something that you need to subtract from the total of the price. All right, let's see some examples. We're going to start off pretty simple, and we're just going to calculate a percent. We're not going to calculate whether it's a tip, a tax, or a discount. We're just going to find the percent to start off. So hopefully it'll just be a little reminder from last week. So starting off, thinking about the is of percent 100, it says calculate the following. So we want to find what is 35%. So remember, whenever you see a percent, it always goes over 100. And it says of $52. So of is on the bottom. And so therefore, we put 52 on the bottom. And what's left over is blank, or we use an X. We're going to cross multiply to solve this. So remember, you multiply across and then divide by the leftover. If you want to do it the long way, please feel free. So I'm just going to do 52 times 30 because I know the 0.00 is not going to change that. And then I press divide by 100 and I get 15. And then remember, when we're dealing with money, even though it's 15.6, we want to make sure we make it 15.60 because we're rounding to the penny. All right, so how could I do this in a little bit more simple way? If the way that I just explained works really well for you, keep doing it, do you? But I'm going to show you that there's a trick that you can use to find a percent. So whenever you have a percentage, you know that you can rewrite that percentage if you move the decimal place over twice. If you multiply that decimal times the number that you're trying to find the percent of, that just saves you one little tiny step. So you do 0.2 or 0.20 times 88.4 or 88.40, and you get 17.68. Remember, it's in dollars, so we want to put the dollar sign. So I'll go back and I'll do it the original way again. It's just a way that you can, the little trick I just showed you, you don't need to do it that way. You can always just continue to use the idea that anytime you see a percent, it is out of 100, and then this says of, so we know that's on the bottom. And I could put 0.00 or not. It does not affect whether or not I get the answer right. Multiply diagonally 8.5 times 229, and then divide by 100, and we get 19.4. Now this is really important for getting your answers right on Schoology. Make sure that you round to the nearest 100th, round to the nearest penny. Since we have 0.465, 5 or larger means you round up. So it'd be 0.47. Remember, on the Schoology puzzle piece, you can always submit your answers, look at the correct answers, see what you did wrong, and try again. So go ahead, you're going to try these next 3 questions, and I'll be right back. Welcome back. I hope you feel successful. Here we go. Let's go on to another example. So the next example is saying Elijah is buying a new Xbox. It's a very expensive purchase. It is $499.99. But he got one at Maplewood at Best Buy, and they have a sales tax in Maplewood of 7.38%. So we want to know how much money is added to the cost of the purchase because of the sales tax. So remember, sales tax is added. And so first off, we need to find what is sales tax. So we know that it's going to be 7.38% of the purchase price. So the total in these questions is always going to be the of. It's always going to be on the bottom. And then we use our cross multiplication strategy. We're going to do 7.38 times $499.99, $499.99, and then you divide by 100. You get 36.899. Now this one's a little tricky to try to round because you'll notice that if you wanted to round to the penny, we have a 9 after the 89. And so what that means is that the 9 gets rounded up to a 10. So everything kind of dominoes, and we are going to say that the total tax that we need is $36.90. All right, so that's our tax. Remember, taxes are added to the total. So the next question says, what is the total price of the Xbox including the sales price? So we're going to just do $499.99, and then we add our answer that we just got, 90, and we're going to get, I'm just going to do, here, I'll do it this way, $499.99 plus $36.90. And we get $536.89. So I forgot to, oh, I know I did. Okay, so pause the video and try the same question, pretty much exactly the same process, but it's about AirPods, so the numbers are going to be a little bit different. All right, hopefully you're feeling successful. This next question is about tipping. So remember, tipping is when you choose how much you want to add to something, depending on how much you appreciate the service or how much you appreciate the person who gave you your service. So like if it's your best friend, you want to tip big. The question kind of goes through a couple different percentages that are average in our society. But again, everybody chooses to tip differently, and it depends on the circumstance. So first of all, Caitlin went out to get her hair done. She got her hair cut, colored, and layered for a total of $140. So I know when I get my hair done, I haven't gotten it done for a long time, it's a lot of work, right? It's a long time. And so I usually try to tip pretty big when I get my hair done, just because it takes so much time and it's so laborious. So it's $140. Since the service was so excellent, she decides to leave her tip of 25%. So she's going to add a fourth of the cost as a tip for the person doing her hair, which I would do normally because one of my best friends does my hair. So when I go back after I'm feeling comfortable to go to a salon again, I will be tipping big again. So how much money will she leave as a tip? So again, same scenario. We see a percent symbol, so we know that means over 100. And then the of is always the total amount. And we're trying to find if 25 is out of 100, how much is it out of 140? And again, we're going to use our shortcut where we do multiply the diagonals and then divide by the corner. 25 times 140 divided by 100 is equal to 35. So $35 is going to be the tip. All right, so what is the total price of our haircut? Remember, you add a tip to the total. So we just need to do 140 pennies, 35, no pennies, add that together. I'm going to add 140, and I get 175, 0 pennies. Remember, when you're putting your answer into the puzzle piece, make sure that you put 0.00. Again, if you enter your answers into Schoology and you're not sure what you did wrong, you can always click on the view and then it'll show you the right answers and you can see what you did wrong. All right, you're going to try the next one. The next one is about tipping at a restaurant. All right, next question. I hope you're feeling successful on that last one. This next question is about discounts. And, oh, I forgot to tell you, the password here for this video is mask, M-A-S-K, all lowercase. Remember to wear a mask this week if you choose to do anything indoors with any amount of family members. It's always a good idea to wear a mask, and we're really counting on you to make sure that we can all remain healthy. All right, so this next one is about discounts, and if you remember, you need to subtract a discount. Remember, discount is something where you're getting some money off. You're getting a deal. Somebody's giving you a discount. So this next one is about a website called Honey. You guys might have heard of it. If you're shopping online, it'll try to search for a discount for you, basically. So you're going to try and buy a $68 purse. The website says it can get you a 30% discount with its discount code. So the first question is, how much money will you save? So they're asking, how much is the discount? Again, you see a percent. You know that means it's out of 100. You know $68 is the original amount, so you know that's the of. And then we're solving for how much is that? So we're going to do, again, use our little trick. We do 30 times 68 and then divide by 100. So do the diagonals multiplied and then the leftover corner is what you divide by. And I got 20.4, which is actually $20.40. Make sure when you add it, put it into Schoology, you are putting 0.40 instead of just 0.4 because we round to the penny because we're talking about money. All right, last part here, you guys. All we got to do is know what is the total cost of the purse after the discount. Remember, discount is subtracted. It's getting you a better deal. So what we need to do is we need to take the original cost of whatever it is we're buying, and we're subtracting the discount, which is $20.40. So 68 minus 20.4 is equal to 47.6. So we actually want to make sure that we're doing 0.60, and we know that it is dollars. All right, you guys, that's it for me. Go ahead and try the next one, which is about buying a car. Remember, discounts are subtracting, and the password for this video is mask, all lowercase. Please stay safe and wear a mask for Thanksgiving. All right. Bye.